You know, I gotta level with you guys real quick. Watching this movie, I kind of felt like I was watching, an extended episode of that old Animal Planet show, Fatal Attractions. Does anybody remember that? Just me? Well, that's what it felt like.
Are you feeling full metal?
So Primate is a brand new horror film from Johannes Roberts, who has a, rather questionable filmography, if I might say. And if you've seen any kind of trailer for Primate, then you pretty much already know what this movie entails. A bunch of people are in a house, they have a chimp with them, the chimp suddenly just contracts rabies, and then the chimp just starts going on a murderous killing spree. It's about as simple of a premise as we're probably ever gonna get. And I'm pleased to report I had a pretty good time with Primate. And I'm not lying, when I first saw trailers for this movie, I was like, that looks like the stupidest thing I think I'll probably see in 2026. And it's not to say that there isn't silly stuff in Primate, because, look at the premise of this movie. The whole fucking premise of this movie is just silly and a joke. Primate is not without its flaws, but for the most part, this movie does commit to being a tension-filled, just over-the-top, in-your-face slasher flick. A slasher flick with a chimp being the killer. We have reached a new height in cinema, people. With any good slasher flick, you gotta start with the kills. And let me tell you, some of the kills in this movie, oh my god. Right from the get-go, within the first 2 minutes of Primate, you already know exactly what you're in for. They are fucking brutal. And if you take literally any instance from the real world where a chimp has basically attacked a person and you hear how screwed up and brutal it is and apply that to this movie, picture what you will. It's pretty much that. The movie is just ultra self-aware too. Like, the movie knows exactly what it is and just does not shy away from it. It knows it's silly and over the top and just rolls with it the entire way through. Even going as far to point out the things that it knows is stupid and just makes fun of them. Like, there's even a line in the movie about, wait a minute, there's no rabies in Hawaii. I did forget to mention, that's where the characters in this movie are. Have there been any reported rabies cases in Hawaii? Okay, here we go. While Hawaii is famously rabies-free and maintains strict quarantine laws to keep that away, rabies has indeed occurred. Long story short, there have been rabies cases in Hawaii. Okay, so I guess I'll add that to the one list of things that that this movie got wrong. And surprisingly, Primate does a really good job of building tension. Like, you were just waiting for that axe to fall the entire time. And yeah, it is kind of short-lived, but from the way the movie established itself in the first 2 minutes and just leading up to the events that you know are going to happen, it's like a sword of Damocles. You're just like, when is it going to fall? When is it going to fall? And even when the chimp is going on its rampage and it's just killing people off in the most brutal and violent, fucked up ways, the movie stops at certain points to just insert these little moments that are going to come back later on in the film. Like the main father character in the movie, he's deaf, so you already know there's going to be a sequence where he's prowling around the house and the chimp is just waiting to attack him and he doesn't know what's getting ready to happen. Or later on in the movie when the characters are skirmishing with this chimp and they bust through a window and glass spills all over the freaking patio, you already know that somebody's gonna walk back through there and step on that shit and it's gonna start a whole chain reaction of bullshit. Just little moments like that that kind of twist that dagger a little deeper in this already fucked up situation just make it even more tension-filled for me. Just have the feeling throughout the entire film that nobody is safe at all. I did mention the characters a second ago. They're nothing special. There's nothing groundbreaking about them, and the movie doesn't really take enough time to really make you feel for any of them. You feel for the main girl, yeah, but it's only because she's the main character, and she's ultimately the one that kind of makes it through to the end. But everyone else, rather than her, just either falls into a stereotype that we've seen over and over again in horror films, or an archetype. You got the best friend that would probably take a bullet for the main character in a heartbeat. You got the asshole bitch that's just there to be an asshole and bitch, and you already know she's probably not going to make it to the end. And then you got what I call the fodder characters. This movie literally inserts 2 characters into the film halfway through just so we can rack up the body count. And if they don't have any kind of semblance of a character, they're ultimately just kind of here to be meat for the grinder. Also, just because this movie is self-aware of what it's doing doesn't necessarily mean that all of it's doing is going to translate well. Don't get me wrong, I said I like the premise of the film. I like the fact that it attempts to do something a little different in a slasher film. But this still doesn't mean it ain't silly as fuck. I don't think there's been any real recorded cases of rabies where an animal has gotten infected with this disease and then just turns into a mass murdering psychopath out of nowhere. Might get aggressive and have the urge to bite people, yeah, but turning into essentially what is Michael Myers, I don't buy it at all. Instead of it just going psycho and crazy, it somehow just becomes smarter, and literally there are sequences in the movie where this chimp is just plotting the demise of the characters. Even going as far as to just stalk them from the shadows, waiting for them to open themselves up to attack. If this movie was even remotely realistic with its rabies aspect, the movie would probably be about maybe 25 minutes long at max. That also leads me into my next thing. Characters just making really stupid fucking decisions. Oh my god. Everyone who dies in this movie, with the exception of maybe one character, you just kind of reap what you fucking sow. But kind of despite all of my problems that I've touched on in this review, I did enjoy Primate for what it was. Don't get me wrong, it's not a movie that's going to redefine the slasher genre in any way, shape, or form. But what it is going to do is entertain general audiences, and I mean, I've even seen critics praising the film. That's kind of rare for a movie like this that knows what it is and just rolls with everything, stupid or not. Characters may not be that memorable, but dude, the kills are over the top, the tension is great, and it was just a fun ride from start to finish. And with a perfect runtime of 1 hour and 29 minutes, Primate is exactly what it needed to be. A dumb, fun slasher film that's not really going to offend anybody, but I really don't think people are going to be talking about it as one of the greats of this generation in the near future. Despite my few criticisms, I'm going to give Primate a B+. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to talking about movies again and reviewing them, but, you know, if you enjoyed the video, regardless, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. This was a blast. I got off work early last night, so I had a chance to check it out a little earlier in the weekend. Tomorrow, I am going to go see Migration. I am going to go see Greenland 2 Migration. Or is it Greenland Migration? I don't know. The titles are different in some places. But anyway, like I said, hope you enjoyed the review. I will see you guys next time. And as always, I'm Full Metal Critic. I'm saying peace, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace out, everybody.